Brian, the babe they call Brian. You listen here, he's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy.
Widows, widows, balls and ghouls, how are we all doing? Something very, very different. Now, you'll have noticed that not one, but two videos have been taken down off my channel. One was a video takedown for private information being leaked, even though Brian has his public information all over his profile picture. The second was the initial video. That's been taken down through copyright. Now, Brian, I'm not even mentioning your channel name here, but everyone will know exactly who you are. You are, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the scummiest people I have ever had the displeasure of arguing with. You abused the copyright system, and then you abused the privacy systems. You have played the YouTube system. How can I be asked to argue it all? No. Why? Because you're thriving from this. You got an initial burst of views from me, and then you've got any negativity silenced through it. You're a coward. Because what you did was reap the rewards of me watching your video going, this is really cool. Everyone went in and formed their opinions. And then because you didn't like those opinions, you shot me down. You're a piece of shit. Absolute piece of shit. But what I can do is show everyone how fake your REM pod activity was through other people that found your video interesting. Ooh, Brian, you're in trouble, sir. So this first video comes from Severlight Gaming. He's in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, unfortunately you'll have to jump in on a live because we have the Discord set on a timer just to stop randoms coming in and the chance of getting hacked, etc. Severlight has got the same REM pod, and he shows us some trickery. The aerial can in fact be unscrewed and then easily manipulated. When he puts a fan on from 2.5 meters away, the aerial makes the exact same movements that were featured in that video by Brian. But Beardo, he was talking and there was no wind. You said there was no wind in places where it moved, and then there was wind in places where it didn't move. I hear you. You're correct. But I didn't look at that video like it was directly inherently fake. I didn't. I was interested in it. And if we try to look at it from a different... We can't, because Brian will report me. We all know about overlaid sounds, so Brian is doing this with his camera, and we hear talking, we don't hear wind and all the rest of it. But what if Brian simply just did this? Ooh, I'm a big scary ghosty. Ooh, look at me wibble wobble that aerial. Ooh, scary, scary, scary. Ah, woo. Fuck you, Brian. That's all he had to do. Was record the REM pod with some sort of fan or pump or leaf blower, whatever you want. Get that thing going, dump that audio, and then just put new audio over the top of it. That is why they didn't put the camera on themselves when that was happening. That is why they never look at each other or anything, because it would have given the game away and it would have been harder to edit. So yeah, Brian faked that entire thing. And Severlight has given me the opportunity to see that. Also from Alejandro, a close-up shot of the bottom of it. It's a screw-in aerial. Meaning, Brian has simply unscrewed it, left it right on the very last thread, and then blown it. Much like I've just blown his channel apart. And then Severlight Gaming gives us this image. Temp sensor, proximity light trigger, closest proximity light trigger. The temp sensor, the small light indicator, goes off when the device senses a certain temp in change above or below the default sensor, not adjustable. It's a fixed temp per the device. The green light in the pic is the first light that lights when something is getting close to the device. Then when something gets even closer, the next light in a clockwise rotation will light up, so on, so forth. The red light in the center that's lit up is the highest, meaning something grabbing the device or grabbing the antenna. Also note, these devices have a small button on the top next to the green light and change the sensitivity on the device. I believe it has 5 phases of sensory settings. For instance, if you're on the weaker sensitivity, the device's proximity is a close range or a tight perimeter. Press the button again and that range gets wider. Don't know the exact range measurements, maybe it's about 12 inches max. That. I can do another video on the whole REM pod, my Model 2, if anyone wants to know more. And next, we'll go to Sir Spookfest, who is a long-time supporter of the channel. He does a lot of work on the Bridgewater Triangle stuff. He's very passionate about the paranormal. He's done a little REM pod video. Go check him out. I'll leave a link for him in the description down below. Let's see what he's got for us in regards to the REM pod wiggle test.
Hey everybody, what's up? Sir Spookfest here. So, I was watching Beardo get scared, and he asked me, since I have the same model of REM pod as the one where the antenna moves on one of the videos he covered. I will show you. I've had this for a few years. This is probably 4 years old, and it does wiggle a little bit, but it screws in there. Extend that all the way, make sure it's screwed in tight, and it does wiggle a little bit. Let's turn it on.
So even when it's screwed in properly, there's a lot of wiggle room in that thing. So yeah, wind.
Okay, and then I got a big fan here. We're gonna let me stay still and just turn the fan on and see.
Jesus, is that a fan or a jet engine? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Well, that's
good enough wind
the same movement.
will make it move a little, but I don't think you're gonna get that high of winds. Maybe. Okay. So there you go. It does wiggle if you got a good enough wind.
Now, do you unscrew it, Sir Spookfest, and then try it, because that's going to be far easier.
Just wanted to show that and see what would happen, since it's the same model as the one in the video. A good enough breeze can make that wobble a bit, and that is screwed in all the way. I've used this for years, but I've never noticed the antenna wobble like that. So, there you go. All right, peace out. See you in the next one.
So even without unscrewing that aerial, it'll still wobble. As he showed, it took quite a bit of wind. But that aerial unscrews. It's not a solid unit. So if O'Brien had unscrewed it a bit, and a little bit of wind from a fan or a pump or whatever, and then overlaid sounds, there it is. There's your bullshit ghost REM pod activity, Brian. And you can't do shit about this video, Brian, because I'm only using your first name, Brian, not your channel name. I'm not using any of your footage. I don't even need to use your footage to prove you're full of shit. So yes, Brian hit me with a copyright strike and a breach of confidentiality takedown, even though all I did was use his email address and real name that were featured in his channel. I would show a screenshot to prove that, but he'll probably get me taken down again. But Brian, I haven't mentioned your channel name, so you can't do shit about this video. You are a liar. You are a faker. And worse than that, you're a cowardly piece of shit. How dare you sit there and say, and leave a comment on the video thanking me for sending you viewers, and then take my video down. Both of them. Absolute cowardly act. But again, you can't touch this one because I have only used the name Brian. There are millions of Brians in the world, but only one of them's a dick. This is why Brian took my 2 videos down, is he knew that the community went, ooh, that's interesting, let's see if we can recreate it, and he knew that people would be able to recreate it, and he panicked and went, shit, threaten Beardo, let's tell Beardo I'll take his video down, he'll take it down anyway, and then I'm safe. And while I didn't budge, he got nasty. Copyright strikes and a privacy takedown. That the community would show him up for what he is. And he silenced us with a copyright strike and got the video taken down. And got another video taken down because of privacy, even though his private information is all over his page for all to see. This video, however, proves that the particular video with the wibbly wobbly aerial was a load of bullshit. And that's why you reacted the way you did, because you knew you were caught out. and you didn't want it. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour from you there. You're everything that's wrong with the paranormal world. Whilst you may act like a nice, very excitable chap in your videos, you're actually one of the worst, because when somebody did a video that was not negative, but you knew it could lead to some negativity, you emailed me and said the words, "Your community is hateful. I am getting hateful messages. I am going to copyright strike you." That's not what the copyright strike system is for. So Brian, you can take your little wins, but 21,000 people already saw how much. 21,000 people already saw what you did. And that takedown just means that no more people will be able to see it, or the original video. However, this proves exactly what you are. Exactly what you are.
He's not the Messiah, he's a